Welcome to Cat Ninjas. Welcome to Cat Ninjas. So I guess I'm clearly audible. Am I audible? Am I audible? What's happening there? Welcome to Cat Ninjas. Yeah, it looks I'm audible now. Yeah, great. Great, guys. All right, let's continue our journey. Okay, Prashant, good afternoon. Keval, good afternoon. We'll continue this journey. So, and meanwhile, in the night at night 10, so we'll also be going live with respect to some of the impactful concepts and the must know kind of concepts from the quant perspective that we are doing at night 10. Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mohit. Good afternoon, Kushag. Good afternoon. Yeah, quickly give a quick background about me. So I work with various test prep industries in the past 14 years in different capacities. And I also developed expertise in terms of training students on QADI and DLR, especially. And that's quick background about me. If you want to interface with me, you can also kind of give a quick understanding. You can also join on this Telegram group, but you can have to ping me there so that I understand that I may have to come back and I will get back to you. So you may have to ping because there may be many other educators on that particular group. So ping me with my name, then I will come back to you. Okay, Keval, you are trying to say that the video is lagging. All right. Is it lagging? For others, is it lagging? Kushagra, Mohit, Prashant, give a quick understanding. Is it lagging or is a should I do something on my settings or is it at Keval's end? All right. Okay. Keval says that it is not lagging anymore. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So if it is not lagging anymore, let's continue. Let's do this journey. So as I keep telling you, let's do in the similar format because that reflection time is very important when we do the DILR. Especially on the classic sets, I will start with the reflection time because as I told you, it is not that a seating arrangement, left side somebody will sit, right side somebody will sit, right? I'm not doing that kind of study, right? That's a very basic study. I'm not doing that kind of basic study. I'm here like, no, so what are some of the concepts that we should know? So for that, all I want you to do is, so you start already reflecting on the thought on one of the CAT sets, which has been presented. So in the reflection time, I want you to focus while you are reading, call it while you are reading, try to remember the data as well. Some vital aspects, highlights you try and remember. So while try to, once you try and remember them, so you may have to organize the data as well. Once you understand two things, understand the data, that's important. Understand the data and try to remember some of the highlights of the data as well. I'm not saying that you need to mug it up word to word. That's not the idea. When I say that remember, so you got to remember what you read. Otherwise, there is no point reading. You read and you appreciated what you read, but you don't remember what you read. That doesn't make sense from that perspective. What we read, at least some of the highlights we should kind of understand and we should remember those highlights at least, right? Yeah, and then try to organize the data, which means try and identify how do you start the moment, what you meant by organizing the thoughts. So which means, okay, once you read something, there are certain thoughts which will generate in your mind, how you are going to put them together. That's called as organizing the data. Once you start organizing the data, then naturally the question is, how do you start organizing that data? If there is a start, how do you do that? Right. So even before you start organizing the data, one important thing is read the questions as well. Read the questions. That also sets the author's expectation. What is expected out of this set? What is that author is trying to comment? It sets that expectation. And hence, when you say read questions as well. So after some time, already after some time, maybe as you start gaining that experience, you will start to calibrate the questions as well. That also comes into place. Calibrate, or you try to understand that how author tried to make these questions. What is he trying to say there? So initially, it may be very difficult. Initially, it may be difficult, but the thought process is important. Hey, I need to learn to calibrate the questions as well as I start along. If you start with that thought, you will develop that mastery, right? So intention, you should have that intention. If the intention is missing, nothing is going to happen here, right? That's the whole idea there. All right, so on that note, let's get started. I will give that reflection time. Who else has joined meanwhile while I was talking here in between? Who else has joined? Can I know who has joined? Raghav is here. Raghav is saying that lagging, now it is no more lagging. All right. Is audio video is synced? Audio video synced? Yes, no? Quick, confirm, confirm. Perfect. All right. Okay. All right, Kushal. All right. Ayan has joined today. Great. Okay. Perfect. All right. So if it is synced, it is very good. Yeah. So, but take this reflection time, which is very, 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 very important. Keep a pen and keep a paper beside you, paper, notepad, book, whatever it is. Great, Prashant. Yeah. Keep something alert. No, tools. Tools must be ready. Let's have the right learning attitude. It's not about lying on the bed or sitting on a couch and then like trying to study something. We can't expect that. You don't go to a gym and relax on the sofa out there, right? So this gym is like, no, you want to exercise some muscle. Very similarly, when you want to exercise your mind is also one of the muscles. Right kind of tools we need to work with. Necessarily, you got to keep a pen, you got to keep a paper. Try and see you want to scribble out something while you want to, especially when you want to organize this data. You might require them, right? That is when it makes sense. Well, that kind of approach will always help you to learn. Otherwise, we'll be whiling away our time, and time is so precious to each one of us, right? Yeah. Good. On this note, let's start. I will give you 4 minutes of undisturbed time. So some questions may get masked, doesn't matter. So you okay, before I give that 4 minutes, let me do some quick announcements. Unacademy offers two kinds of subscriptions. One is a plus, the other one is an iconic. These are the two kinds of subscriptions. So naturally, if you're looking for a structured course, because most of it, what happens is I will tell something here. I would be doing something on the special classes that's on the app. I will be doing something on the plus as well. And there are a lot of finest educators on the plus who are trying to guide you to give you a structured course. Most important thing is the structured course out here. So because if there is some weaker area, you need to do a structured course, not a piecemeal here and there, right? So that's important. So if you're also looking at some personal guidance, probably you have to go for the iconic, wherein you will get the personal guidance, one-to-one mentoring, test analysis, lots of features, including the study material and the planner as well. All right, yeah. So if you are going for the subscriptions, if you are going for the subscriptions, and these are the subscriptions available, 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months of plus subscriptions. And these are the fees. On this fees, you get 10% discount. So on these fees, you get 10% discount. If you use this code Belvi100, no, you can use any code for that matter. But if you are following me and try to follow me on those courses, use the Belvi100. That would be encouraging to both of us. That's the code for the iconic as well. These are the subscriptions which are available, and you can continue wherever the code comes. You can continue to use the Belvi 100 as the code, and you can avail the facilities out there. Fine. So now your reflection time starts. Here is the set right in front of you, and there are a couple of questions, 3 to 4 questions. Read the questions as well. Keep the guidelines in mind and read these questions as well as the set. Try to see how you will organize the data. All right, guys, this is time. So I've given some reflection time. I guess this should help. You might have read the set. You might have read the questions. One, already your reading speed also should be good along with your comprehension. Please remember the fact that your reading speed also is good. Otherwise, sometimes these simple cryptic sets might take a lot of your time as well. All right, perfect. Now let's take a look at this. Abin, you are trying to ask me a question. Will the exam conducted by IIMA will be tough? All right, that's a question, Abin, you are asking. Abin, if you are there or others are there, I will give a classic example to this. 2013 paper and 2014 paper. Both these papers, I'm just giving you a simple example to you, right? Simple example to all of you. So how unpredictable these papers are and how sometimes some of the educators try to mislead. Let me take a classic example from the recent past. 2013 and 2014, both the papers were conducted by IIM Indore, right? Both of them were conducted by IIM Indore. As I told you before also, so generally the CAT papers are conducted in sense they are organized by only six older IIMs. So far, other the newer IIMs do not have the permission. Just to give a perspective about this, listen, all of you, listen, very interesting perspective here. 2013 paper is supposed to be one of the toughest paper of the decade. If I look at the last 10 years, 2013, the test papers set in 2013 were one of the toughest. All right, were one of the really toughest. So no matter what, all right, if the best 100 percentile students, 100 percentile students were really fought hard in the sense to do one QA question in the 100%. I'm talking about the 100 percentile. To do one QA question, they wanted an average time of 3 minutes to do one QA question, right? So that was the kind of time. To do one LR set, they wanted an average time of 15 minutes. I'm talking about the champions. I'm not talking about others. I'm talking about the champions in 2013. This is the average time for the study, right? 100 percentile, somewhere closer to 100 percentile. Now I'm talking about 99.5, 99.6, 99.7. The guys who are capable of getting into IIM ABCs of the world only, they wanted this time. Now think about the plight of the others. If this is the plight of the topmost guys, which means those who have the toughest metal and then they have understood the subject so well, and they're kind of, some of them are God's gift to mankind. Such people were talking 3 minutes for quant question, 15 minutes for this. RCs, unless you read two or three times, it was just non-comprehensible. Forget questions. RCs themselves were so difficult to comprehend. That is how the IIM Indore has set the paper during that particular year. Right, that was the thing there. All right, that was the thing. Okay, the same IIM when it came to okay, let me give an interesting perspective here. And others panicked so much they didn't know what they were doing. Trust me, guys. 50 percentile in that year, the 50 percentile was 0 marks, which means if somebody just sat through the paper and walked out of 2013 papers, 2013 there were multiple papers, and they simply sat down in front of the exam thinking that, man, this RP I can't really read, this LR I can't really solve. They were just awestruck. Wow, all right, now this is an amazing paper setting. I wonder what these questions are. And they sat through and they came back. They would have got 0 marks, which means they would have got 50 percentile, which means out of 2 lakh test takers, 2 lakh test takers, their all India rank will be 1 lakh. Now you can imagine what happened to the remaining 50% of the people. They only scored negative marks. I'm telling you honestly, they scored negative marks. This is not 50, in fact, it is 56 percentile. Precisely, you want to know what was the percentile. 0 marks means 56 percentile, which means 56 percentage of the students who took CAT 2013 ended up with a negative score. Come, fast forward one more year. Let's now fast forward one more year. This is authentic data. You can Google it. You will find this. I'm not telling you to all it. I don't fabricate any data here. All right. Come to 2014, conducted by IIM Indore. It was one of the easiest paper of the decade. Easiest paper of the decade. Lot of people, those who wrote in 2013, they lost the opportunity. They thought that they will appear in 2014 also. Of course, they did appear. Some of them, they appeared. And then to all it, because they were going with the expectation that it's gonna be IIM Indore once again, it's going to be a tougher paper. I need to be very careful. Strategies got right. I need to be a lot more patient. All that stuff. And they went on. The questions were so easy. They were road. They were literally road. In the sense, if there were 100 questions, all in that particular year had 100 questions in QA, LR, DI, VA, RC, all that put together 100 questions. Toppers were solving in the range of 90 to 95 questions. It was a road, plain road. You can literally rock it. But what happened? Half of the people again, all right, they were, hey, can it be this easy? They started doing every question twice. They started questioning their confidence. all of it, again they lost the opportunity. What is that I'm trying to say? You got to calibrate the question paper on that particular day in that section in the first 5 minutes or 7 minutes. If you wrongly calibrate, you will lose the opportunity. All right, it is the same IIM which conducted back-to-back papers. They set one expectation in the year 2013 and the expectation was widely different. It was the speed here. All right, it was the completely game of speed. In 2013, it was the completely game of depth. One year they were questioning the depth, the other year they were questioning the speed. Now, what they question in any paper, absolutely no idea to anyone. Therefore, if I say that hey, IMA papers, say, yeah, I can show you all the IMA papers. You want to deliberately connect the dots, you will find a way to connect the dots. But there is no way to connect the dots. Honestly, that is how the papers are set. You got the perspective, Abin? Along with Abin, somebody else also might have got the perspective. Are you clear? Don't go by that. Get your skill right. That's it. You get your skill right. Calibrate the paper in the first 5-7 minutes and then rock it. And then rock it. So I can't go by what others say. On that day, I need to calibrate my own section, my own question paper. That's the whole life of the game. That's what we need to learn. That's why I say that we have to write a lot of mocks. Hello, is this making sense? Am I making sense? Not just to Abin, to somebody else also. This is the classic example I can quote to answer your question. Yeah, it's a classic example because back to back, nothing beautiful than this, which appears in my mind to answer that question. Yep. All right. Great. All right, guys, here we go. So firstly, when we are trying to, nice. All right. Most of you understood my perspective. That's nice. See, firstly, when I try to write this, first question is, hey, if there are four animals and in the magic cage, I need to put two at a time, right? I need to put two at a time in the magic cage. So how can I put this? Now, all of you listen. Now, don't get into the chart, this, that, etc. Unless you want to explain, you didn't follow to explain, then you chart it. Otherwise, don't try to put it in the chat. Listen intentively. All right, now listen carefully, all of you. Listen and watch what I'm trying to say. If there are four animals, all right, if there are four animals, I need to make a group of two at a time. Hey, why? All right, now, so when he uses either one or two magic boxes to perform the magic. Now, what happens when the magician places two of the four animals, two of the four animals in a magic box? Both of them disappear and another new one appears. Therefore, two at a time. If I just take four animals called ABCD, if I take four animals called ABCD, how many groups of twos are possible? If somebody has done basic counting business, which means permutation combination, we call it, which comes in high school, we know that hey, 4C2 combinations are possible. Simply put, 6 combinations are possible. If you want to understand what are the four combinations, A along with B, AB is a pair, AC is a pair, AD is a pair, then BC is a pair, then BD is a pair, then CD is a pair. That is it. These are the 6 pairs. These are the 6 pairs. Now you may say that, sir, isn't it AB different from BA? That is called as arranging. I'm not arranging because when you put the two animals in the cage, you don't arrange. You simply place them right, left, center, where they sit. It doesn't matter to us, right? So therefore, 6 arrangements are possible. Technically, those are the 6 statements. See, that is the first thing which should come into the mind if you want to gain the speed and momentum while answering the set. That's the whole idea. Some people keep questioning that, sir, speed is not coming. Momentum is not coming. Point is, you are not understanding the way it should be understood, right? Some of things. See, the moment you read this, hey, there are 4 animals, I need to put 2 at a time. Therefore, 4C2 combinations are possible, which means 6 combinations are possible. Therefore, there are 6 statements, which means the data is complete in every respect. The moment we understand that 6 combinations are possible, therefore all 6 statements are given, therefore there is no missing data in this. The moment you understand this, the game is done. So let me take it to the fresh slide. Let me quickly explain this. Hey, these statements, if I put it together, sparrow and parrot here, sparrow and parrot, what comes out? A cat comes out. Output. If the input is sparrow and a parrot, output is a cat. Right? Second statement, if the input is a sparrow and a cat, the output is a parrot. Sparrow and a cat, the output is a parrot. Like this, I wrote all 6 statements. I wrote all these particular 6 statements, only 6 being little different. But however, when the cat and the rat, all right, no, last one, only cat and the rat are replaced, all right, placed together, only the cat disappears, and the rat comes out as it is. Rat will be left behind. Fine, this is what he said. My point is what? Hey, all 6 categories are very, very clear here. All right, that is what somebody should have understood. So once you say that there are 4 animals, 2 at a time if I place, how many combinations of 2 are possible? 4C2 combinations are possible. 4C2 is nothing but 6. Even if you don't get 4C2, at least the thought that if there are A, B, C, D. So coming to this, there is a cat, there is a rat. All right, let me write it here. There is a cat, there is a rat, there is a parrot, there is a sparrow. Which are the combinations? Cat with a rat is one combination. Cat with a parrot is another combination. Cat with a sparrow is another combination. Then rat with a parrot, rat with a sparrow, and parrot with a sparrow. These are the 6 combinations. Hey, are all these 6 combinations possible? Check. Cat and rat, sure it is here. Cat and rat is here. First one. Second one, rat and parrot. Yeah, that is also there. Rat and parrot, that's here. Second one is here. Then parrot and a sparrow. It's here. Parrot and a sparrow is here. Fourth one, all right, now so you have cat and a parrot. So that's here. Cat and a parrot is here. Then you have rat and a sparrow. Yeah, the rat and sparrow is here. There is a rat and sparrow. Last one is here. Rat one is right here. And there are some outputs, random output. I can keep changing these output, doesn't matter. But input has 6 parameters. If you understand, that's what I mean by the starting point. Once you get into the logic, understand how do you organize, what is the given data, what is that they are trying to say. Use your understanding also before this, which means 4C2 was your understanding. If this comes to your mind, you got the speed. All right, you understood this. You immediately generated the speed. If that is not, then you will be very busy organizing the data without really understanding how to put this to perspective. That is what happens out there. Fair enough. Once I understand this, then the questions also will start making a lot better sense. The questions also would making a lot better sense. Okay, what I do at this stage is, hey, I will give you 1 minute. Having understood this, questions are by the side of you. There are questions here by the side of you. All right, there are questions. At least a couple of questions are kind of visible, 1, 2, 3, and you have a data in front of you here. So why don't you take some time, all right, some time to organize this particular data further? Is there a further organization possible? Which means I just wanted to get an idea. So how long? 1 minute. I will not give more than a minute. How do you think? Therefore, read the questions now. If you want 2 minutes, I can give 2 minutes. But after giving halfway through, I'm already 50% done. So this 50%, will it make sense? Can you check it? Can you check it how many questions you can answer in 2 minutes? Is there anything to be done? Check it out. It will be worthwhile. From 50%, can you take it further? I left it midway. Try it out. It will be worth trying. Read questions. Read questions to try further. Meanwhile, if you didn't understand anything, you can put it in the chat. You can put those comments in the live chat. Yeah, Kushagra, answer. How much time you want, Kushagra? Answer a couple of them, if not all of them. Others, can anybody also put the answers other than Kushagra? Kushagra has put some answers. Can anybody also put the answers? Good, Keval. All right, good. Kushagra, Keval. Anybody else following from the beginning? If you are there, it'll make sense. If you are joined somewhere in between, the LRs will not make sense. You please go to the beginning and start doing it. because somewhere popping up in between might not help. You'll not be able to connect with the logic. All right, now listen. All right, very good, very good. Okay. Ion, it's not a batch. It is not a batch. Batches are generally formed in plus plot form, right? This is not a batch. So here I'm doing two series. Okay, I'm doing the impactful topics on quant. That is one series. You can watch some of my previous videos to understand. And I'm also doing the classic sets with respect to CAT. These are the two series we are doing here. Very good, Mohit. Very nice. Okay, very nice. You are all able to organize this data once I give this 50% input. Fantastic. Okay, okay. Hmm. Now listen, all of what comes to my mind is next the thought that comes. Listen, all of you listen, listen. These are the thoughts in the mind, which implies there will be complementary sets. There will be complementary sets. The moment the data is complete, listen, all of you listen, right? Listen, all of you listen here. There would be complementary sets. That thought is important. Okay, whenever this thing happens, you should understand that, okay, whenever the data is complete, there would be a complementing sets which are possible. What do you mean by complementing sets? If I have two magical boxes, if I have two magical boxes, if two animals go here, then the remaining two animals will go into another box, right? Most of the questions can be answered the moment you understand the data that there cannot be a repetition. It has to be a complement. What do you mean by complement? Or if sparrow and parrot are already there, so again I cannot say that the complement set will be sparrow and cat. No, because sparrow is already here. How can a sparrow can come once again? Sparrow need not come once again. Therefore, if sparrow and parrot are in one set, then the cat and rabbit will be on the other side. Now these two are called as complementary sets, right? If I put sparrow along with parrot in one cage, in one magic box, then I'll be putting the cat and rabbit, cat and a rat in the other cage. All right, now this is what I'll be doing. This is called as a complementary set. Similarly, if I put sparrow and a cat in one particular cage, magic box, then I'll be putting parrot and rabbit in another one. This is called as a complementary set. You can't say that, sir, this also is a complementary set. All right, for this will be a complementary. No, cat is common. You don't have two cats. You don't have two cats. You have only one cat. Therefore, if the cat and sparrow are going in one, then the parrot and the rat will be going in the other one. That is the second complementary set. Where is the third complementary set? This is the third one. If the cat and parrot are going into one, all right, then the sparrow and rabbit are going into the other one. In the sense what? So what I tried to pause, why did I pause there for a while? For you to understand that, hey, there are complementary sets. When all six things appear and two magic box, if I take two and two, if I try to put, the moment you understand that, hey, the word is a complementary sets will be there, you will never make a mistake in answering the questions, and questions will be answered much faster and better. Naturally, it will be answered much faster and better. Fair enough. Let's quickly understand. I've presented this data like this. Now the same thing, whatever I tried to explain, I presented it here. I presented here. Call it three cases. I told you that there are three cases. This and this put together is case one. This two is a case two. This two is a case three. Whatever I said. Now look here. Sparrow and a parrot. Here I put. All right, along with that, cat and a rat. Here I have put. Therefore, I have just put them two boxes like this. All right, I organize the data. Let me go to the questions. Let me go to the questions. Let me go to one of the samples questions. Say, for example, let me go to the question number two. Let me just go to the question number two. I'll come to question number one in a while. Question number two. If the magician starts with four different animals and places a pair in each of the two boxes, fair enough. Which means either magician has done the case one or case two or case three. One of the cases he has done. Therefore, which of the following could be the animals magically appearing in the box? If he has performed the case one, these two will appear. If he has performed the case one, then the cat and a rat will appear. Just check there if the cat and rat is there. Yes, it is there in the choice C. Cat and a rat will appear. Or if he has done the case two, then the parrot and cat will appear. Is there a parrot and a cat somewhere there? No, that option is not there. Case two, he did not do. Case three, what is that? Sparrow and a parrot will appear. Is there a sparrow and a parrot somewhere? Case three, he did not do. Therefore, answer to the question one is D. Answer to the question two is D, because he would have performed one of these three cases, because the word is complementary. If he is putting a sparrow and a sparrow and a sparrow and a parrot, he cannot put another sparrow here. He cannot put another sparrow. It should be a complementing sets. That's what I was paused to tell you that, hey, you identify these complementing sets. That's what I wanted you to identify. Question number 2, when I know that, okay, he has put, look at the question. Again, let's read it once again if you want. If the magician start with 4 different animals and places a pair, which means 2, in each of the 2 boxes, which means this is 1 pair, this is 1 pair. What is the output? Output is this. I just organize this input output, nothing else. Once I understand the complement set, what did I do? I need to organize this thought. Hey, you may say that, sir, I have to draw a box like this to organize. No, I have drawn the box for you to illustrate, to imagine it better. You can do it from the table itself. You just draw this table. These are the complementary sets and visualize from here and answer. You don't have to recreate another one. Nobody's giving the marks to beautifying that particular problem. Why am I taking all that pain to do? So that you understand my word. Complement means what? Complement means they together complete each other. If one side, if there is a sparrow and a parrot, the other side will be cat and rat, which will complete that particular case. This is called as complementing. It's one of the powerful logics which are tested in any of the logical papers, right? That's one of the powerful logic. Complement is an important word. That's my point there. Fair enough. Did you all understand the question number 2? Is this clear? He executed case 1 according to question number 2. Your answer becomes a cat and a rat. Guys, is everybody clear on this? If then the word complement is clear. If the word complement is clear, my inputs are done. My inputs are done. This is the input I wanted to give. 1 is the exhaustive nature. Number 1 is being exhaustive. Number 2 is being complementing. So I showed you that there are 6 cases possible. That is 4C2. That is 6 cases possible. That is 4C2. Second one is when it is exhaustive, there will be complementing pair. That complement as a word has to be registered at the end of this one. Okay, now you understood. Now let's do the questions. Now it will make sense. You will get necessarily all right answers because with the word complement, it nails it down. Let's go to question 3. Just like that, you may say that, sir, why question 2 and 3? Just like that, all right, no, because whenever all right, now these questions I felt they were easy to understand. Question 3, if the magician starts with 4 different animals, after he performs one trick, only one cat is left among the remaining, which means he didn't perform 2 magics. He did only one of them. In question 3, what he did is he performed only one trick. After that trick, he's saying that exactly one cat is left among the remaining 3 animals. Which of the following must be the other 2 animals? What is left now? One cat is left among the remaining 3 animals. Now look at that, cat should be left. Probably he did this magic. He did this magic. This is out. Then this will be left. This is how you will see. What if the case 1 he was performing? He was performing case 1, right? If he's performing case 1 and this case he did, which means this disappeared and this is what appeared. That how many cats are there here? There is 1 cat here, 1 cat here. But what is he saying here? He is saying that 1 cat is left, which means he didn't perform this case. But in the case 1, he might have performed this case. He might have performed this case, which means he performed the second magic, this side of the magic. Then these are the animals which will be left. 1 sparrow, 1 parrot and 1 rat will be left. No, but I want 1 cat to be left. Therefore, he didn't perform case 1 at all. Let us go to case 2. What if he performed this case? If he has performed this case, then these are the remaining animals. These are the remaining animals. 2 parrot and a rat. But author clearly said that, hey man, 1 cat is left. Okay, therefore he didn't perform this. He performed this. Let's say in this case, 2 cats are left. 2 cats. There is a cat, and a sparrow. But he's very clear. 1 cat is left. Why you are looking at 2 cats, which implies that case 2 also he did not perform. Let's go to case 3. Let's go to case 3. Assume that he performed this magic. These 2 animals disappear. Therefore, what you are left with 2 sparrow and a rabbit. That is also not possible. Because 1 cat should be left. Did he perform this? Yes, because that's the last option you had. Therefore, you are checking like this in your mind. And hence you are saying that a cat is left. Along with the cat, 2 parrots are left. Along with the cat, 2 parrots are left. Answer option becomes A. That complementary set, if you don't identify, you may mess these questions up. Alright, you will mess them up. Alright, therefore, if the complementary pairs are picked properly, then you will be able to pick the right choices. Hey, is it making sense to you what I'm talking? Put it in the comment, put it in the chat. If you happen to hear this after that, put them in the comment. Yeah, now you can put in the live chat. Is it making sense what I'm trying to comment here? Are you understanding, appreciating this complementary pairs? Which means, is it making some sound sense to you? Quick, put that in the chat. Yeah, good. Okay, now why don't you pick the answers to question 1 and 4? You pick the answers to question 1 and 4 and please give me the right answer. It's all done. Finishing. I'm leaving the finishing touch to you. Why don't you go through question 1 and question 4 and revise your answers in case they were not correct? Because if you'd have missed this point of complementing pairs, naturally you would have made a mistake, right? So it might be possible that you might have made a mistake. So go back to 1 and 4. Now, all of you, those who are listening, give me the response to 1 and 4. Try and give the response in about a minute's time. Mansi, I think somewhere you are making a mistake. Yeah, somewhere you are making a mistake. Yeah, Keval, that's fine. Prashant picked it right. Mansi, revise it, check it out properly. Right, right. Yeah, first one, that's right. Two parrots and a rat. All right, now that is possible from here, right? One he did. So therefore, this is what will be left, assuming he did this magic. All right, he did this magic. A sparrow and cat disappears. All right, and then two parrots and a rabbit would be left. All right, two parrots and a rat would be left, which becomes choice B. Others are not possible. Others are not possible. Two sparrows and a rat is not possible. All right, two sparrows along with a rat is not. Two sparrows and a parrot is not possible. Two sparrows with a rat is possible. See, two sparrows with a rat will be possible, but you want a parrot. Parrot is not possible. All right, two sparrows with a cat is not possible. Likewise. All right, likewise. It's very clear. All right, now it's very clear. This is the case we are talking about. He did one magic, that is this. All right, sparrow and a cat disappear, which left a parrot here. And this is the case, all right, which is possible to give the answer option B. Okay, put it for 4 now. Put it for 4. Everybody put it for 4. I'm giving the credit to you. Final credit, I'm giving it to you. I did all the hard work. In the sense, I explained the set, right? I'm saying that you pick the answers, take the credit. Yeah, go ahead. Fourth one option. Okay, okay. Yeah, okay. If the magician start with four different animals and after he performed the first trick, the rat is gone, right? Rat is gone means rat was there as the input, right? Rat was there as the input. Where are the rat is input? This is one case where there is a rat is input. Second case where there is a rat is input. There is another third case where, oh, in all the cases, the rat will be there. All right, rat would be there. But now let us check the first case, rat is gone. All right, after he performs it, the rat would be gone. All right, so in the sense, along with that, this also will be gone. So what are the three things therefore left now? A sparrow, parrot, and a rat. Rat is gone. Rat is gone is technically the first case is not viable. The first case will not be viable there. So any which ways, all right, any which ways we tested it. All right, any which ways we tested it. Sparrow, there is a sparrow, there is a rat, and there is going to be this. But rat is gone, he said, therefore it will not make sense. So therefore it will not be. Look at the choices. Look, choices also will not have a rat. All right, because this is made up of this particular sentence is this rat will continue. It is not a new rat which comes there. Therefore, technically, once you understood that logic, you would understand that case one I don't have to check. From case 2 only I need to check. In the case 2, now you say that rat is gone. Along with the rat, one parrot also will go. Therefore, these are the animals which will be left behind. A sparrow, cat, and a cat. Now let me take a look there. Is there a sparrow? Well, there is a sparrow, cat, and a cat. Such answer option does not exist, which means case 2 is not what I am commenting about. Coming to the case 3, am I commenting about this where this rat will disappear? In that case, what would remain? Two parrots and a cat would remain, which becomes option D. So which means anybody after I gave the first half of the input understood that, hey, whenever the data is exhaustive, which means it is complete, then the important word which comes in the picture is complement. I need to pick the complement pairs. If anybody understands this complement pairs, you would be able to solve all the four puzzles. Two parts, right? One, you need to understand the exhaustive nature of the puzzle. Second one, the complement nature of the puzzle. Put them together, you will be able to close this particular set. Now, this is how the CAT kind of questions, cryptic, very simple puzzle. This hardly takes any time to read. Just about 6 statements, hardly takes any time to read. Very cryptic puzzles sometimes appear in CAT. Will the exhaustive puzzles appear? Yes, such exhaustive puzzles also appear. We will see them at some stage of our preparation, how to handle such exhaustive puzzles. That is, sometimes 8, 9, 10 statements will come. So, but is there a way to handle them? Yes, let's try and see, or at a later stage. This is a very cryptic puzzle which comes with classic input. Somebody who doesn't understand 4C2 was the first logic, which means the exhaustiveness is the first logic. After exhaustiveness, if they fail to understand the complement as the other side of the logic, we will not be able to close. See, the doing all these basic seating arrangement, this, that, all that is important. CAT is never test only that element. They will test little more higher. You will not get into IIM Ahmedabad by doing some seating arrangement. Let's be very clear, right? So you will not become a fantastic manager who earns 30 lakhs rupees just by making some people sit in the room. That clerk will do. That clerk will do. But these are the some of the things at this minimum input that they want, so that you will be able to handle the case studies in top IIMs, right? So otherwise, you'll not be able to handle the top case studies in top IIMs unless our logical thinking is not clear to us. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear what we are preparing for. Based on that, our output would be there, right? Okay. I'm hoping that it kind of made sense to you. So if you like this particular puzzle, okay, these are my coming up lectures, guys. These are my coming up lectures for the day. So today, again, we'll catch up at 10 in the evening. 10 in the night, late evening at 10. So we will do the alligation mixtures. The first part of it, we'll try and do alligation mixtures. Is one of the important ones, because after I do this alligation mixture, I will take a puzzle which appeared in CAT. Not one puzzle, many appeared. I will take one of them, because no point repeating the same kind of lectures, same kind of logic. I will try and give different inputs every time that we do here. Right, so I will try and talk about this once. I'll be able to expose, provided once we kind of do these questions. So we'll do it in two lectures. And the third lecture is the alligation mixture. The third lecture, I will be doing removal and replacement. This will come on the special class at 12 in the afternoon. Unlike 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I decided to do this at the 12. For this, you may have to download the app. Download the app. While downloading the app, use the code Belvi100 and be there. This is the coming up schedules there. So the idea of the special classes, it will be little more interactive, I believe. Already it's a little more interactive. The most important thing is you will get the lecture notes. Already you will also find the lecture notes, which will be made available to you after the lecture. Fair enough. Alright, now you can press the bell icon so that you don't miss any of the lectures coming up by me. That's quickly about some of the announcements. And if you have liked it, what we are doing. So in all these lectures, what we are doing, if you liked it, probably this is the time. Take the time to like this and share it with some of your friends as well. Let them also come join us. Let's study together. Yes, that's pretty much about today's thing. So you want to put some comments there in the live chat, you can put there any recommendations or anything that you want to convey. This is the time, because we don't do it generally during the lecture time. I told you in the previous lecture, I will give about a minute or so. So something you want to put it there, you can put. I will read and I will try and see if it can be incorporated. That's right, Keval. That's a summary. What you wrote is the summary. Beautiful. Yes. What you understood and what you put in the chat, that's a summary, in fact. That's the summary. Yeah, that's the summary. Beautiful. That's the summary. Right. Any recommendation, anything, you can put it there. Two parts, Keval. I'll keep it very crisp, right? If you're following me, you know that I keep it very crisp. So I'm not here to please anyone. The results are important to us. Simply making it elaborative thinking that all right now, so you guys are below average doesn't make sense to me. We should not believe also that we are below average, right? So yeah, so it doesn't make sense to me. I will just start with the basic, then we will end. That's a closure. That's what I technically believe in, right? Yeah. And the next level of inputs I'll be doing on the plus. Some of the extreme inputs we will also be doing it in the plus plot form. That's how it kind of goes there. Great. All right. So closure comments. Coming to the closure comments. So these are the new batches about to be launched in this particular week, and some of the finest educators are briefing you on CAT, some CAT programs, CAT 22 as well. If somebody is looking for CAT 22 here, right? Yeah. So and some of you are looking for MHCT 2021. So there are different inputs, different batches coming here. CAT iconic. So there will be one-to-one live mentoring, and these are some of the mentors already who cracked CAT and they are into the IIMs. So these are the people who will also sit with you and try to guide you a little bit alongside the educators like me. Yeah. So limited edition offer. If you are looking at CAT 22 or CAT 23 especially, there is a 12 months offer, 24 months offer. Along with this, you will get these 3 months as well, which adds up to 15 or 27 months. Right. So whenever you are buying or whenever the code educator code it asks for, always ensure that already you put the code Belvi 100. That will be encouraging to both of us. Right. So put Belvi 100. That is the code that you should remember. That's my name with 100, and don't expect 100%. Yeah, 100% discount. 10% discount can be availed. Yeah. Campus ambassadors, if anybody is in the college yet, so you are on the college, you may not be attending college, it can be online college or offline college, any which ways. So if you're looking at the campus ambassadors, they're looking at as you go to enroll for the campus ambassador role, you will try to understand that what are, of course, already the briefing has been given here. So what is that? Of course, already now there will be some incentives for being an ambassador. The roles will definitely be clear as you try to enroll for this particular one. Bucks bounty. If you find mistakes in any of the any of the lectures, if you find some mistakes, you can bring it to our notice. Already there are of course the prizes available. If you are the first one to bring it our notice, bring it to the notice. There is a way to do it. So if you bring it to the first one to bring it to the notice, naturally you have that. And reason being, so if there is anything that is a mistake that happened by chance, we will try and rectify that. That's the whole idea there, because sometimes while teaching or while presenting, it might be possible that there might be a minor error that might have happened. Right. So that's pretty much about it for now. So I will see you at 10 p.m. tonight with allegations and mixture. So bye till then. So, okay. So if you want to put any comments after the lecture, you can use the comment section. Live chat will be disabled, but you can put in the comment. I will come back and answer in the comment. Right. Yeah. Thanks for being here. See you again at 10 p.m. tonight. Okay, Kushagar. All right. That's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. Great. All right. Bye bye.